Yeah, I probably should have guessed it wasn't going to be as simple as just packing our things and leaving. God, I really hope they don't blame me for this. Although, I mean, shit. That was not bad. And here we are, little Rimrims, at long last. The end of our first journey. And the beginning of a whole new one. It's time to sell our base with all of our many, many, many sheep and many, many, many drugs. We'll take Starlight, Lanath, Poopy, Osso, and Dr. Lumpy off to a whole new settlement. And with it, they will take with them a new ideology based on not only what we've done in this base, but what you guys suggested in the comments yesterday. I've collected a few which were the highest recommended, some of which I just think fit the theme of things pretty well. That's what we're going to focus on mainly, though, is the actual theming, how the story has developed so far. And I noticed there were a lot of people asking if Jilp is going to be making a return. Don't worry. Jilp always finds his way back. Now for the sad part of things. People were saying that my grand ideas of, say, smuggling some items out in our backpacks or whatever aren't actually going to work. Apparently, we're limited to exclusively whatever is in our character's loadout. I came up with another, what I thought was genius idea of sending a drop pod while the game was paused so that we would set up the settlement and then the drop pod would fall on us to give us a bunch of resources. Apparently, drop pods in the air disappear. So, even that doesn't work. I hate to say it, team, but I think we're actually going to have to do things legitimately. That doesn't mean, however, that I'm not going to try it, of course. Oh, and the other thing is to apply these tech prints, otherwise that'll be a bit of a problem. Even though technology will be reset going to our new base, the actual tech prints that we've applied won't be. So we could, in theory, rush Cataphract armor immediately. I mean, we're not going to do that, but we could. Now we say, goodbye, little base. Goodbye. With us go Dr. Lumpy, Lanath, Otto, Poopy, and Starlight. We're leaving behind Hickman, the Butcher, Whatsits the Miner, and Zodgul, the Cave Explorer. I know a lot of people wanted me to cure Zodgul, but by the time that we'd actually cured him, we would have been gone a long time. For our animals, we will take Elephant 1, Polar Bear 1, Polar Bear 2, Polar Bear 4, and Polar Bear 7. And in theory, that is it. We have an entire planet of potential sites, allies, encounters to choose from, but there is one that I feel we should take a look at. One that is made intentionally very difficult to get to, and that is, of course, the quest added by the Caravan Adventures mod. So here we have a hint for a dangerous site. If we can find a site near that to build our base, I think that could do it. Wasteland on a large hill, that would be interesting, don't get me wrong. Savannah, impassable, maybe not there. Grassland, large hills. That could be interesting. I would love to play on the gelatinous superorganism, but unfortunately, the Backer Coal Canyon is nearby. Oh. Pyroclastic conflagration. Ravenous exotic animals, volcanic ash, acid rain, fire everywhere. So in conclusion, we're going to go for the grassland. Is that cowardice? You bet it's cowardice. And now, our new and improved Ideoligion. Given that we are pursuing the Archonexus as our primary goal now, I feel like Archist makes sense for the actual theming of things. Now, our last ideology memes were loyalist, collectivist, transhumanist, and pain is virtue. Central tenets to Jilp the man. And unfortunately, Jilp the man is very, very dead right now. Pain is virtue was the lifestyle of Jilp, but I don't think it's the lifestyle of our survivors. So we are going to take that away. But not only is Jilp dead right now, but Jilp was, well, he was devoured. Stardust bit clean through his skull, into his brain, and I think maybe along the way, got a taste for human flesh. Now in our colony, the loyalist and the collectivist side of things have completely fallen by the wayside, and in fact we've embraced completely the opposite. Survival of the fittest, backstabbing, killing people so that you were one of the chosen 5. It was just expected in our colony. Neither of those make any sense anymore, but instead, individualist, I think, is key. And not only that, out of our 4 survivors, 4 of them are female, and 1 of them is a robot. You can't deny that female supremacy has risen to the top here. I think that the transhumanist meme is not only the only one that's relevant, but the only one that would be relevant for the entire series. The whole point of it is to find the Archonexus and ascend. What could be more transhumanist than that? Oh my god, look at the narrative. The Archotech god machines made themselves by consuming their predecessors over and over, becoming stronger each time. I could not think of anything more perfect for this colony. That's randomly generated, by the way. Hear me out here. We've had the Jilp Ascendants. Why don't we call our current colony the Starlight Express? I'm sorry. And I thought the Archo-colored queen was very appropriate for our memes right now. As for precepts, our default is ravenous cannibalism, body modification, age reversal, and the other various different technological boosts from transhumanist. I feel like execution required is up there. Disapproving of slavery, I think, makes sense because that is not really central to this whole survival of the fittest aspect we've got going on. Everybody deserves a fair chance as far as I'm concerned. What if we'd have enslaved Starlight, for example? We would now have the far inferior Jilp leading the colony. Species diversity, honestly, it's appreciated. Bring them all in. We want only the best of the best. However, we will only tolerate those who tolerate our own lifestyle. Research, I'm going to set to very fast. A, we've researched it all before, so I don't really want to do it again. And B, we've researched it all before. It makes sense that they know how to do it faster. And our roles are a lot more simple this time around. Our leader, the Queen Apparent, makes a lot of sense given that you fight for the title. Our moral guide is the Pursuer of Strength, and I've decided to incorporate the deer helmet from Poopy into that role, just for a nice little bit of theming. Then our research specialist is the Archo Guider. And this is going to blow your mind. The research specialist will wear a lab coat. Although, to be honest, I probably won't use that role too much because it disables all of the work types. Now, in terms of rituals, there are two that I can immediately think are essential to this colony. Gladiator duels. The Brawl of Enhancement is already perfect. Then we will also have the Cannibal Feast. The Jubilee of Archism, I'm going to rename that to the Slaughter of Jilp. If I can spell it right. When did Jilp die? Because it'd be really good to set it to that date. It was the 14th of August. There you go. And I think in the spirit of Jilp, a new person will be reborn. Or in this case, we'll get a random recruit reborn with our ideology. I think that's very appropriate. And returning from our previous Ideoligion, the failure of the flesh for the funeral. The pew is going to be our ritual seat. I'm also going to add in a cannibal platter. The dish of silicon. Don't do that. Definitely don't eat that. I'm going to call it the body of Jilp. I'm not sure what to do for our logo, to be completely honest with you. There is a giant eye. And what was the first Archo bionic we got? It was an Archo eye. And it just so happens our colony leader right now, Starlight, has two Archo eyes. For our relic, I feel like anything related to Archotech would be ideal. A psychic pacifier would be very, very good. An item that forces people to join your faction seems very on brand. And then for our second relic, rumors of a distant world where Archotech was made humanoid. The Skull of Ohm. Whoever the hell that is. I feel like we should think that Ultratech is noble, as close to Archotech as we can get, right? And I also feel like ranged heavy weapons would also be a relic of value. I was thinking of adding a charge minigun in as a relic, but I quite like the Archo theming we've got. For our venerated animals, devil sheep and polar bears, the things that got us through the first colony. And once again, to emphasize the hard work and spirit needed to become Archo, we will go for the jumpsuit and the backpacks to try and tie into our previous Ideoligion. Otherwise, I feel like it's a pretty radical departure. And speaking of radical departure, let's go and set up our new base. And here we are. With the first Archonexus map securely recorded, you prepare for the next step of your journey. Cassie told you of the cataclysm that destroyed this world. Humans built a great thinking machine here centuries ago. It turned against the people and there was a great war. Only a few were left when the machine transcended and fell dormant. The map to the Archonexus has 3 parts and you hold one of them. Southwest Esenterera and Camisa Alliance also hold each of the parts of the map. They'll trade their parts to you for a wealthy new colony and all of its recorded research. The next map is encoded in a very strange way. In order to interpret it, you must learn more about the Archo technology by studying the structure here. Oh, it's time to get building. Oh, I like that there's a whole other feature that we have to work on now. So to research the major Archotech structure. The psychic power it emanates isn't aggressive, but it's overwhelming and inhuman, like standing inside a threshing machine of whirling blades. It said anybody who stands near it will become unsettled. Yeah, it's a -5. And I'm sorry, last human meet 3.8 years ago. That's how long the campaign has been running, by the way. Well, that's weird. Last human meet 3.8 years ago. 3.8 years ago. 3.8 years ago. For Starlight? Last time we meet 1 day ago. Maybe a primary colonist always gets that buff? Then let's take a look around the map and see what we've got to deal with. A few structures we could take apart. I'm seeing good materials actually in these mountains as well. It's certainly nowhere near as easy to defend as our last settlement. But honestly, I think that's only a good thing. Oh, we got a big old fertile field, though, to make up for it. Now for the real question. Did we keep the stuff that we picked up? No. No, tragically, we didn't. We have our weapons. Do we have all of our weapons? Hang on, Otto? Otto lost his shotgun. Oh, and he lost his hammer? Oh, well, that's a shame. For some reason, though, Starlight was able to keep both of her miniguns. Maybe it cleared his inventory, so Otto unequipped it. And of course, his hammer would have been in his inventory, but Starlight just happened to still have them both equipped. Well, that was fortunate. I guess we'll get to work then. I have an almost unthinkable suggestion. I need you all not to panic as I do this. We're going to start by building a stone cutting table. Oh, and it's worth mentioning as well that I thought I would take the opportunity of a new base to throw in a few more mods that have since been updated. A few new mods that help with performance, which look pretty impressive, but one that I've missed a lot, and it's only got an unofficial update as for now. But that is the classic TD enhancements pack. Ah, I've missed you growing zones. Now we can just do this. We don't have to worry about selecting every single one of those individual fertile soil blocks. Excellent. Who could have guessed that setting up a base would be far easier when you've already got 5 exceptionally overpowered colonists? There's a huge amount of limestone, so you know what? I'm just going to stick to limestone chunks this time around. With all of these bionics, this shouldn't take a few minutes to get a base set up. Let's assign our roles then. So, Starlight is Queen Apparent. There is no gear with this role this time around. That way we've got a bit more freedom with what can actually confer power, right? If we want to go full on cataphract armor, so be it. Then we've got our social role, but the problem is we don't have any social characters. Our best character is still Lanath. It requires the deer skull now, because I thought we'd tie it into Poopy a little bit. We could always just have Lanath and Poopy swap over. And to be honest, I really want to see faceless Poopy with the golden crown. So you get yourself the moral guide, and then I believe that means that you now require that deer skull. So we'll do ourselves a quick clothes swap. Oh my god, she still doesn't have a face. I didn't know something might have fixed there in the background, but that's okay. There you go, Lanath. You know for a fact I'm going to mix these two people up all the time now. Oh my god, that is incredible. Holy shit. Why don't we embrace the Archo this time around and go full-on geometric with things? So if we go limestone blocks and then go hexagons, how am I going to make these tile? Because Rimworld hexagons aren't real hexagons. We'd have to do it like 10 by 9, right? And then they would slot together like that. I mean, it's not ideal, but I guess that works. Oh no, my stockpile. No. Don't think you can fool me, mime. Oh, I mean, I'll let you in because we need help building things, but don't think you fooled me. Wow, I kind of hope you're not a mime because you're pretty good for kicking things off here. I think getting the hygiene stuff done as soon as possible is pretty important, so we'll get Lanath on that one. That will probably take her and Tong all of about 2 seconds. Polar Bear 2 has given birth. Aha! We did find a way to smuggle some items out. I'm really curious what happened to our old settlement. I assume... Hey, there it is. Yeah, it just flips faction. And they've renamed it Hedera. More like, how dare ya rename my faction. Jastus's logo? Who the fuck is Jastus? Sturdy Root requires that you have a Jastus's logo. That man's name is Tong, not Sturdy Root. Hang on a second. Wow, who could have seen that one coming, huh? Witness ally's death? Okay, I mean, to be fair, yes, he hadn't done anything wrong. Starlight thinks you should give this settlement a name. You know, I'm not even sure I remember the name of our last settlement at this point. I'm going to call it the Lights of Starlight's Light. Just so that you know who's in charge. And there we are, one base. Well, that was simple. Oh, the polar bears. Hey, look at that, and the elephant. Hi, everyone. Hello, hi. I'm here to give you a tour of Starlight's Light of Starlight Star, or whatever the fuck I called this place. At the front of the property are 3 spacious gardens filled with cotton and rice and corn, of which we've only got rice right now, but that's going okay. We've got a couple of wind turbines here, which don't have to power much, just the stove, which I did need to throw some meals into, and the bathroom thing. So we've just got the electric boiler right now. Then we only have 4 bedrooms for the time being because Poopy and Otto are married. Yeah, there you go. Otto will never sleep, but at least it gets rid of the mood negative, right? At the back of the base, we have a fairly sizable stockpile. I'm not going to dig out much more than that because I don't want the enemies to be able to burst through it, especially the Vikings. But the biggest problem we've got right now is there's nowhere for the sewage from the toilet. So I've just sort of put the sewage outlet in an alleyway back here, and I've built a roof over it. And then we'll just forget about it and hope that it doesn't burst. I suppose we could put the coolers facing into the alleyway, but that does mean that all of this liquid fecal matter will be constantly heating up and under an enormous amount of pressure. Oh, fantastic. Well, good. I hope you're happy starving to death. Thank God we got rid of that mime in hindsight. They're already dying. We didn't even get a single bloody long-term harvest in. Okay, what do we do now? Well, let's hope we get a raid so that I can eat some people. I mean, we are cannibals after all. Oh, goody. A meteor shower consisting of obsidian and hardened slime. Classic Arcadius. I do love it when nice lumps of slime come raining down on me. Right, the base is minus 17, so I feel like the next port of call is, heaters. Oh, he's butchering things for us. So helpful. What a nice guy. So let's get batteries straight away. The last thing I want to do is, freeze to death. Well, it's not the last thing I want to do. Ideally, I don't want to do it at all. And given that we don't have any wood on this map, or we're not going to get much wood on this map on account of it being grassland, I'm not against building the electric stonecutters table. Oh, I just removed them because I thought I built bloody butcher's tables. Turns out I was right the first time. Battery. Oh! The top of Lyneth's head has been cut off. Look. Oh, is she too tall? Well, that just looks ridiculous. That was me thinking she would be able to wear a deer skull on her head with dignity. I guess we'll start hunting then? Oh, I mean, it's either that or we fucking starved to death. Ah, tasty gigantelope. It's a shame Otto doesn't have his gun anymore, because holy shit, that would be handy. Is Starlight seriously going to hunt a giant deer with 2 miniguns? That is superb. Wow, that was worth it. Well, we've got a few donkeys as well, and whatever this is. Oh, good, a tasty, tasty rat. Boy, that really is it, huh? Wow, we're going to have to make that go far. Holy shit. Well, given that we've quite literally got nothing else to do right now at all, we don't need any blocks for the base, we've got plenty of starting resources, we can only do research. Crack out microelectronics? And I can hunt for plasteel, see if we've actually had any spawn in this time. Hello there. Gold? All we need now is gold. You got any gold? Oh, I didn't think we've got any. Okay, there was an ancient danger I noticed over here. Ah, cold snaps ended. Hey, that's not too bad. I'm going to take Otto, and I'm going to take Starlight. Starlight is going to stand there and gun them down. Otto's going to open up the wall carefully. Here we go. All I need is a little bit of gold. Or a bunch of recruits. Okay, here's a play. Oh, Archotech shield bout. Hello. This allows us to fire out, right? Incomparable shield strength makes it a valuable tool for any type of soldier. We've got a tech print for circadian influence, which we can just sell at this point, and then advanced components. What a luxury prison. Oh, it counts as very impressive. Well, that's quite nice. Let's crack these open and see if we've got some very impressive people for our very impressive prison. Kind of hoping we can get a dedicated cook. Like I said before, we're not going to be able to use the researcher role because it disables everything but research, even though it'd be so good for Otto right now. If we do that, we have no builder and no chef. Oh, and before I forget, everybody in the comments wanted me to rename this guy in honor of his extremely fast trigger finger. I don't like the pun, but that doesn't mean I don't respect it. Wakey wakey. Okay, we've got Herring, Humberto Herring. He's okay, potentially a good builder. We've got Jessica Portman, social 13, double passion. We could do something with that, because we don't have a good social character right now, do we? No. Flip. Is terrible. You can die. We've got Buffy, the Vampire Slayer. Unfortunately, no good. Okay, she's got good one, but no cooking skill. Gabe Parrish. 10 crafting, double passion. Not very good either. And Thala. The only ones I want, I think, are Herring. Well, I'm not even sure I want a Herring, to be honest. Insomniac is a 50% lower work speed and a 30% lower move speed. I'm alright. Jessica, submissive, bloodlust, and kind. Ah. That is okay. I think bloodlust is one of the best traits in the game, and kind is obviously quite nice. The rest of you, I'm afraid, the rest of people can die. Kill them. Kill them now. Fucking hell. Food. I didn't even consider the food aspect of things. Gold. They had gold. Oh shit, we can build the multi-analyzer. That's incredible. Lanath, I don't know why you're here. You might as well put out the fire. Starlight, this is what we here on the Rim call fast food. Unfortunately for them, not fast enough. Oh, that's fucking awful. Auto. Automatic. Bring them down. Okay. I'll probably do it. Oh, we got a little bit of plasteel too. Well, these guys were hoarding it. Oh, marine boots. Oh shit, we can actually use those. Well, that worked out really, really well. And then I guess we'll also crack open the hermetic crate. And we got tech print. Molecular analysis? I don't think we have that one. No, that is a fresh one. Fantastic. Where am I going to put all my people? Ah. Oh, we didn't even have the research for meat hooks. Damn it. We just got... Where did they go? There. We just got 8 advanced components from somewhere. I wonder if one of the people we butchered... Have we butchered the humans? We butchered one of them. I wonder if one of them just had a shitload of advanced components? Well, no, because they would have dropped them when they died. Unless I didn't strip the last person because there's no stuff on the floor. That must be it. Weird. Okay, I mean, I'm certainly not complaining. Oh, fuck off, Kettle. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Okay, you know what? Stay a while. At this point, I don't even really care if you're a mime. Why is everybody a surgeon? That seems very illegal. The job's messed up. Oh, I almost don't want to recruit these guys. Shooting 7 single patch is pretty good. Construction to take a little bit of the load off of... Oh, he's Insomniac. Oh, right. My bad. I don't know why. I genuinely remember that being one of the other people. Problem kind of solved itself, though. Oh, that was fast, Perry. What the hell? Well, I mean, we've been here quite a while. And it is a fresh colony. So you know what? I'll allow it. Right, what are we up against? 966. It's okay. They're only Vikings. Don't panic. And we've got a trade caravan right there. Let's put our people, like, here. And then this should be pretty easy, I think. Top priority is probably a kill box. Is me saying we've got nothing to do. And we have actually no defenses and quite a lot of colony wealth for a starting colony. Right, kill them all. You know what, Kettle? Get out of here. Oh, shit. You know what?
It looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
Oh, we also got a hammer. And cocktails. I wonder if the cocktails are still lethal. We obviously had a bit of a negative experience with those in the home series. Involving a child soldier. Have a sip. Oh, they're good now. I think they're fixed. Okay, hold on. No microelectronics. We need meat hooks. How do we get that? Smithing. Okay, fine. Here we go again. Alright, I'll accept you. Jeanne the bully. Okay, here we go. Are you our Ideoligion? She is solidarity humanitism. I mean, it's a free meal. If nothing else, it's a free meal, right? Ah, of course. Medieval knights. See if we can take these guys out a group at a time. Otherwise, we might get a little bit overwhelmed. Look at the size of this group up here. You got 6 up there. Another 3 over here. Knightling Revenge? Oh. Hello? Turns out that medieval knights aren't much of a match for whatever the fuck Starlight's got going on right now. I'm also not going to name Kettle and Xian. I don't know why. I just have a strong suspicion they could be mimes. Call it paranoia. But at this point, I think we've had more bloody mimes than people. Oh, don't be Igor. Don't be Igor. Oh, it's Phoebe. Okay. Well, that means we can get this base off the ground pretty easily. Oh, what a turnaround for someone who apparently has no good social skill. Holy crap. Oh. I should probably build a toilet, shouldn't I? Well, never mind. Maybe I want to get out of here faster. What did I just say? She's already got her. Wow. Okay. I mean, welcome, Jessica. I think it's fairly safe to assume she's probably not a mime. Although that would be incredibly high tier if the mimes could also be put in the crypto sleep caskets. Phoebe, that's not very chillax at all. That's a fucking dwarf in a sombrero with a hunting rifle. They're not massively well armed. So I'm happy to send our people in. It's a little bit dangerous, I won't lie. Oh, did I seriously think that bush was cover? I mean, it is. Doesn't make it any good. I'm going to keep Lanath on the sidelines, wait for a shield to recharge, then get it to do another loop to draw some fire. I think that's pretty high tier. Did we not make a shield for Poopy and Lumpy? That was very silly. They're beginning their assault. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Kill. Kill them all. Just hasty meats. Fucking hell, these guys are not giving up, are they? Get in there. Get in there. Send a damn message. It's time for lunch. Oh no, that one's going to escape. And his name was Eater. Walter Good. 17 plants. Wow. What am I looking for right now? I mean, I'll be honest with you. Nothing, because we're only allowed 5 people when we move again. All we need is enough people to keep the base going, and that's it. And I think we've already got that. The only thing we were desperately missing was a social character. I'm going to be honest with you all. I think she's a mime. And the worst case scenario is that if she isn't a mime, she's breakfast. And I can live with that. Let me step back a little bit there. She was another friggin' mime. Kettle is drunk. He's got 19 mining. We don't need a miner. I think he's a fucking mime. Oh. Okay, well, look, Kettle wasn't a mime, but hopefully you can understand why I'm doing it. Everybody's been a goddamn mime. What if I'm a mime? What if I'm a fucking mime too? How would I know? As you can see, it's had a significant impact on their moods. They're more sad because they haven't eaten human meat. Here. Here, put it in your mouth. Why can't we eat meat? Eat that brain. Oh, fuck. They don't eat. So he's always going to have -8. Oh, well, I suppose that balances him a little bit, given that he also doesn't sleep. Nightling is hunting Polar Bear 3 for food. That's brave. I suppose it probably will win. I mean, they wouldn't hunt something they couldn't take out, right? Help your friend. You moron. Wow. Given that our faction loves Ultra Tech, why don't we just say destroy anything that isn't Ultra? Granted, it doesn't leave us with a huge amount. Maybe we could just go for the high-end stuff. I'm so sorry, Kettle. My paranoia more than got the better of me there. But I mean... Oh. But I mean, can you blame me when everybody else was a mime? Terrible. Oh, God. Wow. A big problem with playing a much smaller colony as we are right now is that we are going to get things like that occurring because we don't have that many participants. Well, I thought I would embrace the gift of Phoebe Chillax by jumping in feet first into her. Oh, good God. Well, what I mean by that is I thought I'd embrace the spare time that we were given to stone cut our way to victory. I've built a pretty monolithic wall around everything we've ever owned, along with a real shitty kill box, but it's certainly better than no kill box. I personally don't like kill boxes, but if we're only playing with 5 people, they're a necessary evil. We've got the base well and truly locked down. I did basically do nothing else. Like, it was all just stone cutting. So we're way behind on the research. We've barely put a dent in microelectronics after all this time. But it's done now. We can be happy that everything's complete. So let me turn down deliver. Let me basically we'll put it down to like 2. It's still important, but I'll put a stricter limit on the actual amount of blocks that we want to keep. Now, what I was thinking is we could incorporate the big Archo structure. I don't know if we're allowed to build around it. I don't know how close we're allowed to get to it. If we could incorporate that into our religious building this time around. I won't lie, this isn't the easiest way to build a Rimworld structure. It's a little bit tricky to tell when everything lines up when there are no straight lines, but there we are. Well, I won't lie, for a colony we built entirely from scratch today, I already don't think that's too bad. We started with a pretty hefty amount of colony wealth, though, bear in mind the people that we actually bought here. So I'm a little bit concerned the raid's going to hit like a truck if we do end up with Igor or even Perry again, to be honest. We're doing for colony wealth. Although almost all of our wealth is... Look at that. We peaked almost to 100k with items. Shit, I mean, our colony wealth was pretty massive then. We've mined a lot, and that's a side effect, of course, of having some really good miners in the colony, or at least we did before I shot him. I have no clue what has raised our wealth that much. Shitload of human leather, shitload of cloth. I suppose it is all adding up. Oh, we got loads of plasteel. And we haven't got loads, but we've got a good amount. All of this apparel is... Oh, it's all tainted. Yeah, fuck knows. Either way, though, for day 1 of the new colony, I think that was pretty straightforward. So tomorrow... Now that we've got to grips with everything, we will start work on studying the Archonexus, or the Archo structure. In some ways, I guess I'd kind of prefer it if it reset the enemy threats and major threats whenever you started the new base. Colonists killed 11. I mean, I know I've shot a lot of our own people today, but I don't think I've killed quite that many. But overall, a nice time. And I apologize if today's episode wasn't quite as, explosive as the episodes normally are. I've got my second vaccine dose tomorrow, and I've heard from a lot of people that the particular one that I've had has completely knocked them flat. So in case of worst scenario, I've been trying to prepare a little bit of content ahead of time, so I've been very, very limited for time today. But I think we've done all right. You know, all things considered, I think we can say this is a pretty good success for a single episode, huh? Thank you in the meantime to the people who are the greatest successes of fuck! And thank you to the people who are the greatest successes of all, because they backed to YouTuber's Patreon. It was a bit concerning. Thank you to Caden Carter, Chris Schenk, Deadly Black Belt, Applecat, Alvin Flang, Night Rouge, Narfulf, Passy965, Master Rob, Flying Spaghetti Monster, Londar, Evan Crocker, Dirty Mike and the Boys, and Ice Wolf. Poor, sweet Ice Wolf. Thank you all for your support over at the executive producer tiers over on Patreon. And a thank you as well to Punky Roo, Asgar, Frobear, Sendy, Dion, Angry Aries, Stormcrower, Captain Marco, Fred, Francesco R, Scott, Salakin J, Evolka, Mr. Hanky, Criden11, and Catlord.